Hujambo mtazamaji wa Mofo TV, karibu tena jioni hii leo tuweze kuungana kwenye makala mengine specially makala ya My Story, ambapo tuko na mgeni wangu studioni. Atakuwa anajizungumzia aswa, atakuwa anakueleza kwamba anatueleza kwamba anaitwa nani aswa, atakuwa anajitambulisha, atakuwa anajitambulisha, basi atueleze kwamba anaitwa nani na basi anajishughulisha na swala lipi, na pia tutakuwa tunapata nafasi ya kusikiza story yake japo kwa muda mfupi zaidi ikiweza kulinganishwa na labda vipindi vingine vya awali. Karibu na jioni hii leo, ungana nasi tena kwenye channel yako ya Mofo TV. Kama basi wewe unatazama na wewe ni mgeni, basi subscribe, na iwapo basi wewe umesubscribe na wewe ni mwanafamilia Mofo TV, karibisha wenzako kwa kushare link, karibishe, tuma link wakaje wakaone kipindi na waweze kujifunza. Karibu, jina langu ni Vincent Ukinda, nyuma ya kamera ni Silas Aboge. Tuweze kuungana nawe kwa muda wa takriban dakika 45. Karibu.
Asante.
Mwana Mofo TV, kwa mara ya kwanza kuite nani, labda lolote ambalo ungependa kwa kujitambulisha tu kwake.
Asante sana. Kwa majina naitwa Abigail Naserem, ama kwenye mitandao zote za kijamii utanipata kama The Queen of Media. Naam.
Abigail Naserem, kutokana labda na jina la pili, wengi watasema kwamba labda sio Kinda, si nani. Labda Naserem ametokea wapi, amezaliwa wapi, amelelewa wapi, kutokana labda na hapo tunzie.
Asante. Kama venye jina inaitwa Naserem, I'm a Maasai. I was born in Kajiado County, Kitengela, a place called Oloika. That's where I grew up since my childhood. Nikasomea primary school, shule tu ya pale kijijini tu hapo. And later I went to high school still in Kajiado County. And later I joined ICS Technical College to pursue journalism and mass communication. Yes.
Mtazamaji, nadhani ushapata ujumbe ambao labda huenda tukazungumzia jioni hii leo. Nimekueleza kwamba hatutakaa sana, manake sio lazima, ama labda sio stories zote ambao labda zinaweza zikakaa kwa muda mrefu nikubwa ndipo ukapata kuelewa, lakini jinsi ambavyo umeweza kusikia kutoka kwake. Naserem kazaliwa kule county ya Kajiado, county ambao tunajua ni baadhi ya county 3 ambazo zinawakilisha jamii ya Maasai, mtazamaji, hapa nchini Kenya. Tega sikio, karibisha wenzako bana. Kama uko na swali kwenye comment section achia pale kulingana na yale ambayo atakuwa anatueleza, na pia basi wapo ungependa kupiga simu studio ni 0794 599879. Piga simu kupitia mtandao wa WhatsApp, kupitia mtandao wa kawaida, nami nitakuwa ninakuunganisha moja kwa moja kwenye familia ya Mofo TV, uzungumze nasi moja kwa moja, na basi wapo utakuwa na swali pia uweze kuliuliza moja kwa moja, nasi tuweze kujua tutakuwa tunachukua mwelekeo upi. Naam, kutokana na labda huo ujumbe ambao labda introduction ambao umeweza kutupatia ukiwa umezaliwa katika kaunti ya Kajiado, na tuna imani kwamba ukiwa umezaliwa kule katika aswa sio tu Kajiado vile, labda maeneo ya kijiji, mtu ambaye amezaliwa maeneo ya kijiji na mtu ambaye amezaliwa maeneo ya Nairobi kuna utofauti. Maana yake yule wa Nairobi labda anazoea barabara nzuri akiwa mdogo, anazoea labda kwenda shuleni na viatu. Maisha ilikuwaje ukiwa mdogo katika maeneo hayo ya Kajiado?
Maisha iko mbaya vile, kwa sababu naweza sema I was raised in a middle class family. Like we were never that poor. So I wouldn't say it was bad because my parents could afford maybe the basic needs, like clothes, shelter and education and all that. So safari ijakuwa ngumu sana tangu nikuwa mdogo, because I remember nursery school nilienda tu shule ilikuwa tu like some steps tu karibu na nyumbani, so it was just a walking distance. So ilikuwa inafika maybe time ya lunch time, you have to go back home. Unafika nyumbani unapata food. So I wouldn't say it was a difficult moment because now the parents were able to provide maybe the basic needs. So kidogo siku struggle sana na maisha nikigrow up. Yes.
How do you take it labda kama okay, basi acha nisiulize hilo, lakini hapo unapoanza masomo na katika labda jamii ya Kimasai, muda mwingi sana, hata sio jamii ya Kimasai peke yake, jamii zote humu nchini Kenya kwa muda mrefu sana zimevutwa na old cultures, zile ambazo labda utapata kwamba access to education, it was not a primary consideration, ilikuwa a secondary consideration, kwamba labda iwapo utakuwa umetoka kwenye familia ambayo labda inajiweza ama labda nini, lakini ukiwa mdogo kulikuwa na changamoto zozote ambazo zilikuwa zinakupinga wewe kuingia kwenye shule na pursue your education ama kuanza masomo yako?
Personally sitasema nilikuwa na changamoto kwa sababu maybe I would say I grew up in a family at least watu walianza kusoma. So they started seeing the importance of education. But on another way, I'll say I grew up in a community where I saw some struggle to go to school because of the cultures. For the longest time, tunajua the Maasai culture, it's a tribe that is really holding on culture, though they are trying to unlearn it right now. But huko kitambo kidogo ilikuwa changamoto kubwa, aswa kwa watu ambao maybe walizaliwa mbele yetu kidogo, because I feel for mtu maybe rika yangu kurudi chini kidogo naweza sema we were a little bit privileged because tulizaliwa wakati this culture ilikuwa inaendelea kudidimia, because now a lot of people came in place and start advocating for education. But maybe for somebody, we saw people when they struggle to go to school because of the mentality the parents had, especially being a girl child. Unapata ya kwamba ulikuwa unapata they are not being taken to school just because they feel like there's no need to educate a girl child. Wanasema msichana ni mtu atakuwa mkubwa akifika class 2 class 3 huyo aoleke kwa sababu anaweza kuwa bibi aenda akaanzishe familia yake. And now with the exchange of the cows. So kidogo personally I wouldn't say nilipitia hayo because I grew in a family where kidogo watu alikuwa shanza kuona the importance of education, but I've seen it affect a lot of young girls in my community. Yes.
On the other side, I don't know, there's a culture now to identify a specific one, because it's not only in Maasai, hata utapata pande za Turkana iko the idea of female genital mutilation, FGM. Has it also been, or kama ukigrow, maybe you've not gone through it, but have you seen it maybe pia hindering some of the people, maybe the girl child now in your society?
Very true. Female genital mutilation is a very big challenge in the Maasai communities and also some other tribes, because there are still other tribes that practice it, but the Maasai are really well known for it. So personally, as I said earlier, for some of us, we are privileged. We were born maybe at a time where these things were not there, ama kama zilikuwa zinaendelea kupungua, so we got a chance to go to school. But we have seen it maybe with our elder sisters and even other ladies from the community, whereby female genital mutilation, it's been a big challenge in the girl child in the Maasai community, because as I said earlier, the Maasai are known for holding so much on their culture. Even to now, unaona tu, there's just a way you can identify a Maasai because they hold on to their culture. So this is something that has been there, and for the Maasai men and women used to believe that a woman or a girl cannot be a whole woman without going through FGM. So this is a very big challenge enye imesumbua watoto wengi, because now the moment a girl goes through FGM, for them they believe that now she's qualified to be a wife, she's qualified to be a mother. So from there kishafanywa FGM, the next thing is tumtafutie mzee, and from there unapata ule mtoto ameolewa. So ulikuwa unapata most of the time watu wengi walikuwa wanaachishwa shule, mtoto akifika class 2 class 3 they have to drop, especially for the ladies, wanna drop out of school, they go through FGM, and from there they get married off, whether they like it or not, because now their parents think it's time for them to get married, and for exchange they get cows, of which for them they believe cows is everything. For you to be a wealthy Maasai, you have to have cows. Yes.
How do you feel maybe now kama ukigrow, you see your friends, the people of your society, the young girls you grew up with undergoing this, like, does it motivate you? Has it been a motivation, ama imekuwa pia kikurudisha nyuma? Because as long as you're fighting to make sure that you're attaining these a higher education and of course the outside culture exposure to come back and impact, how have you been feeling now growing up as a young child? Because I believe you knew about FGM at a young age.
Yes, sure.
And to somehow it might have also like brought you some negativities.
Very true. Going through that period where maybe you have your classmate who is a lady, kidogo kidogo unasikia they have to go through FGM, and from there definitely they get married. It was a very frustrating moment growing up, because you see now your classmates, your fellow girls, mtu mmegrow naye pale, mmecheza naye pale, but inafika place unasikia she's now transitioning to another a life whereby she's getting married. It was a very big challenge because now unapata kwa community, maybe it's only one family or two family wanaona the importance of education. So definitely there was that fight also to drag us back. But unfortunately now, for some of us, as I said, we are privileged. At least we grew up with maybe parents or relatives wenye walikuwa shaenda shule, unaona. So it was really a frustrating moment, and at the same time I think it's one of the things that has really been pushing me, especially academically or in terms of education, because the moment I saw that, I was like, when will we go forward as the Maasai? Because for the longest time pia tumepata a lot of I would say people really don't think Maasai, there's something good that can come out of a Maasai person because maybe of their cultures, and they did not get the opportunity to be in school, so they cannot show what they have. So I think as much as it was frustrating, it was disappointing to see your fellow girls going through these things, marriage, FGM and all that. I think it was also a very motivating factor for me, because it gave me, I told myself that the fact that I've gotten a chance and a privilege to go to school, I think we're gonna be the voice to our community. So it has really been a motivating factor to me, because we need to stop FGM in our communities, because also our girls needs the same rights as men to go to school. So it is really a very motivating factor personally to me, because these are things we are trying to fight for them right now. We have started NGOs and all that to ensure and sensitizing the community on the importance of education of the girl child. Yes,
it's never easy for a girl child to undergo the same situation, because some have been deteriorated, their mind brought down, and of course wengine wame give up, but withstanding all these barriers, breaking the limits, and of course attaining a higher step is not a walk in the park. Kwa maana Abigail na Sarem yuko hapa jioni hii ya leo kuweza kuzungumza nasi, kutuambia kwamba safari imekuaje, and of course where is the direction. It's not only about the culture of Maasai, but it's all about a young child in the society, a young girl, a young yani mtoto mdogo ambaye labda ana ndoto zake na anajaribu, lakini there are barriers to break. You might not come from the same society, but there is a certain barrier you have to break for you to attain a higher step. That is the whole inspiration of this evening. Talk to us in the comment section. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us your experience, of course, growing up. What did you have to sacrifice to break? Because in every winning, there is a sacrifice somebody has to do so that we attain the levels we want. Ongea nasi kwenye comment section, piga simu nambari 0794599879 tuweze kuzungumza nawe moja kwa moja. In the comment section, talk to us. Give us your experience. I'll be reading your comments toward the end of this discussion. Now you've known about the culture. You are in school. You are pursuing. Like, okay, let us live alone Nairobi. How is the environment? Sometimes unaenda shule and then unaona wenzako hawaendi. Wanaamka asubuhi labda wanaenda kusaidia shosho zao kuchunga ng'ombe, yani kukamua ng'ombe kwa mfano, or doing that. How, like, ukienda shule ukirudi unaona wenzako hawaendi. At some point did you ever felt like, let me give up and join them?
Very true, because they say environment also dictates on how someone will be. So ulikuwa unapata at some instances wewe 5 umeamka umeenda shule, maybe sometimes kunanyesha and all that, but jioni kirudi unapata you have your fellow girls wenye mnaendanga maybe Sunday school na wao wako nyumbani, just because maybe their parents think that there's no importance of them going to school. So at some point pia ulikuwa unaona seri tu nilalange, because now they'll be like, sasa mbona unaendanga shule, sisi unaona ukiamka 5 si bado tumelala, unaona. So kidogo the environment was not really motivating for us to go to school. But now it's just because maybe we had strict parents wenye walikuwa wameshaona the benefits of education, so they were like, you have to do this. So kidogo ningeachiliwa, trust me, maybe singekuwa hapa, maybe pia mimi ningepotelea mahali. But I thank God because of the family that nili grow up nayo, because at least I had relatives wenye walikuwa washaenda shule, so at least, and they were doing good in life. So kidogo kulikuwa na hiyo motivating factor of the fact that education pays, ama there are fruits to education. So but ningeendelea kufuata maybe my friends zangu kidogo, labda leo singeonekana hapa, because definitely ningefuata their paths, and these are the people you stay with every day. You speak the same language, mindset ni moja, unaona. So kidogo environment haikuwa that favorable for us to go to school. It's just that maybe parents walikaza kamba ndo tukasoma. Yes,
there are some of us tumetoka areas zenye ukiangalia unapata kwamba shule fulani iko hapa, nyingine iko just 500 meters away. how is the situation not only in Kajiado but now in the mass society, like during your time, are schools scattered all over ama lazima ingine pia uchore kilometers ndo fikie?
Kidogo I'll say akukuwa na mashule mingi because now this is Mass Island and these people don't believe in education. So the only thing that ilisaidia it's because we only had 2 government school in the whole area, not even area but ward. There are only maybe 2 main government school. So kidogo shule ilikuwa pia challenge because now unapata you have to walk kilometers ndo ufike shuleni because now there's no Masai will give you your lunch just to put a school at a private school ndo watoto wasome because number 1 they don't even believe in education. Wao wanasema shamba yetu ni ya ng'ombe na mbuzi. So definitely the only thing ilisaidia some of the people kusoma is the fact that we had 2 schools the government, and the big challenge there was these parents were not supporting the school because wao waoni, you know, their mindset was like masomo ni ya nini, si tuko na ng'ombe, that is enough. So kidogo it's other people from other regions ndo at least walikuja kuboost the schools zika grow, but at least now we are seeing with a lot of sensitization in a community tunaona mashule zinaanza grow. We have a lot of private institutions right now in the area, in the community and in the world. So kitambo shule zilikuwa 2 peke yake. So ulikuwa unapata pia it's a challenge because now mtoto anafaa kuwalk kilometers ndo aende shule. So kwa mtu ana hiyo that motivation, that deep thing in them, kidogo ilikuwa unafika mahali watoto, a lot of people dropped out of school, not only girls but also men. They're like mimi hizo kilometers zote naenda shule kufanya nini? And you know ukitoka shule mzazi hata kwambia hata kusisitizia urudi because yeye tu amekupeleka shule just because the government is saying watoto wapelekwe shule, unaona. So a lot of people dropped out, men, women, so yeah.
Unajua kwa society, I think maybe it's a message you're trying to communicate because for that person watching this, for the person who will watch this, you don't have, if you are a young chap, they say, you don't have a reason not to go to school because if you hear somebody has to sacrifice time, walk at an early age, it's not a walk in the park.
It's not.
So in the society also there's that stereotype. Kuna ile unasemanga like wewe unajiona sana umesoma, sasa like you know wengine labda hawajapata hiyo nafasi ama wamepata but they don't believe in it as you said, but then you are on cause, like you are sacrificing for this thing. Maybe like kuna hiyo zinakuanga, kuna unajua nyinyi ambao labda mnasoma ama labda wale ambao wamesoma ni wachache. Majority are still grinding and digesting this information if education is very important. Do you say like maybe kuna zile threats, maybe hata zinaweza kuwa friendly threats, like maybe kutengwa kwa sababu labda nyinyi mnasoma mnajiona like mnajua mambo mingi sana, yeah, because kutoa the aspect of maybe not going to school sio tu kitu na serikali na mkende natoa, lazima iwedimishe.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, I will say there's that gap because, and that gap not only applies kwa education but also through the cultural practices. Like when tulikuwa tumeongelea about FGM, it reached a point where now there was a separation between girls who have gone through FGM and the girls who have not gone through FGM, which was a very big challenge to the girls who have not gone through FGM, because now unapata inakuwa threat because the society believes that kama wewe ni msichana and you have not gone through FGM, then kidogo they don't really take you seriously because they be like bado kuna utoto ndani yake, because for them they believe going through FGM changes everything. Now you are a grown woman, you can handle responsibilities and all that. So that is a big challenge we also went through as the ladies when you walipata the opportunity to go to school, because not only for education pia, because there was also a threat because now these people when you are jasoma if you try to, you know, the way you communicate with an illiterate person or somebody who has not, there is that difference, no?
Lazima uangalie ulimi.
Exactly.
Ukiteleza tu kidogo
asha
kujibu unajiona ume
exactly
ABCD.
So there's I think kulikuwa na hiyo threat where they feel like watu wamesoma kidogo wanataka kutukalia, they pretend they know better, but it is the reality. You know, the moment you go to school kuna ile exposure unapata, kichwa inaanza kufunguka. So you will not reason as them, no. So kidogo there's that big gap between now watu wamesoma na wenye hawajasoma, and it brought a lot of threats. The friends you had, definitely because naendelea kusoma, I had to drop them because they are not reasoning the way I'm reasoning. And pia with the cultural practices unapata maybe msichana rika yako ya ameolewa, that is 12 years, uko 12 years maybe uko class 6, no. So unapata anakuambia mambo ya ndoa. So you unapata there's a lot of boredom kwa watu wamesoma because maybe in a family we only have one child. Tena we have to go like 10 kilometers na tupate mtoto mwingine kwa familia nyingine. The rest of the people around there, they are either married, they have gone through FGM, they are still instilling themselves in their cultural practices. So it was a very big challenge, and it was so difficult, especially you're still a young girl, unaona. So kumaneuver around all that, it was not easy. Wamama wa village pala wanakusengenya, unaona, all that. So it was a lot. Going through all that just because you have not indulged into the cultural practices, and now you have gone to school. Kulikuwa tuna your threat and a lot of issues in between, but all in all, we pushed, and here we are today. Yes.
On the other side, we've now talked about the primary education. Now the secondary education umesema pia bado ukapata within the Kajiado County.
Yes.
Hii inakuaje sasa? Moving from a level of fighting against the culture, fighting against irrelevancy, ama naweza sema like people who doesn't just want your light kabisa kwa maybe in the society, in the village, and then now you're advancing. Kama labda ni kupata more knowledge, you're advancing, you're going to the secondary education. How was that? Kwa sababu there was that option. I'm asking this because there was that option. Umemaliza shule, umemaliza class 8, and then you can say, at least I've gotten some limelight. Naweza somea jamii kizungu. Naweza waandikia, naweza ufanyia hii. What really motivated you? Nimemaliza 8, acha niendelee uko mbele.
What I'll say there is, now venye nilikwambia, it's because I came from a family, at least we had some few people wenye walisoma. So definitely there was that push from the family that you have to go further, unaona. So kumaliza class 8, by God's grace nikapita. So the next step was to go to high school, and for me transitioning from primary to high school, it was a little bit easier because now the more time inasonga, the more these practices inapungua, because now a lot of people are coming in to ensure that these practices
those who are knowledgeable
now they are coming back, giving back to ensure to sensitize the community on the importance of education, and telling them that just because a girl has not gone through FGM does not mean they are lesser in the community. So transitioning to high school, it was much better because now at least ile criticism imeanza kupungua. Watu wameanza kuona manufaa ya masomo, unaona, because now when walienda mbele yetu wakasoma, they are coming back with the fruits. So the criticism was not there. Also transitioning to high school, unajua sasa now it is not the local thing. It's now to transition to to another level whereby you get to interact with people from other communities, because maybe in the primary level ulikuwa tu ni watu tu wa area and all that, but now transitioning to high school, at least you meet people from different places. Watu wa Nairobi mko nao hapo, some kutoka Nakuru, Machakos and all that. So kidogo now kichwa inaendelea kufunguka, and you are like, so I'm doing the right thing, because if other people can come to our county to do education, then this is something good. And it was a very positive transition. That's what I'll say. The experience was good. You keep learning, you keep growing, and now ile criticism ilianza kupotea. So it was good. Transitioning was good to high school. Yeah.
How about now teachers, like walimu? Because unapata like kwa sababu kuna little chances of those people who have gone through the system from the same county or from the same region, unapata pia kutakuwa na scarcity of teachers. Is it also a major problem?
Yes, I'll say it's a very major problem, maybe in the schools zenye bado ziko mashinani pale, because now number one, ndo shule zimeanza sasa kuletwa, unaona, because these people never believed in this thing. So they walikuwa wanafukuza. So now when the governments come in, now tumeanza kupata the shule, but now the issue with teachers, that is where the problem is coming, because one in the community, maybe from that region watu hawajasoma wengi, so maybe teachers wawili watatu, so they have to bring maybe from other regions to come and teach. Though from now sasa TSC ilikuwa inaanza kufanya placements ya walimu, so kidogo ikaenda improve, and now I think schools are good. Yeah.
Tazamaji, sijui na swali lipi, maanake nikueleza kwamba tunaenda kwa mwendo wa kasi kama ile railway ambayo ilijengwa na Mama Samia, rais wa nchi ya Tanzania, kwa sababu is a good story, is an inspiring story, because not all people have managed to break the barriers and attain whatever they wanted in life, whatever they dreamt in life. Many have given up because of the life challenges, but here is an inspiring story from Abigail Nasarem, breaking the barriers of the culture from the mass society and becoming and walking boldly into the dream she ever dreamt about. Ask a question in the comment section. I'll be reading through, and then tutakuwa tunajua unasemaje. Share the link, welcome your friend, hapa ni nyumbani. Mofo TV is your passport to adventure. Jina langu ni Vincent Okinda. Now
Abigail na Serem.
Now as we go into this, ushamaliza like high school, ama ushasonga to the high school level, umeshamaliza huku to other regions. Let me say my region kwa mfano, unapatanga kwa wingi sana people can interact with whoever they want to be. Unapata there is a doctor, muna interact kirahisi because there are many hospitals. Yeah, you want to become a good maybe high school teacher, una interact because there are schools. Unataka kuwa mwanahabari kwa mfano tu, unapata like wengi wako huko wametoka ni wanahabari, wako katika vituo mbalimbali, and then you can interact with them. But then from your society, nimekuuliza hiyo teaching kwa sababu kama watu wameenda through the system earlier ni wachache, there is expectation of a lower number. Now there is this stage ya kuchoose career. Kuna career nyingi ambazo ungefanya because labda unatoka to the society where mifugo matters most. Unasema let me become a veterinary because of my community, ni wafunze kutibu ng'ombe na dawa za ambazo zimethibitishwa, sio mitishamba. Najua I know they do it. So how about settling now on journalism?
First of all, I'll say the idea of wanting to become a journalist, I got it when I was in class 5 because I think all my life kwa masomo nimekuwa a very outgoing person. So ulikuwa unapata every class mi naenda, it's like I always had cheo. Either I'm the class prefect, labda nasimamia kitu fulani and all that. Alafu pia I was this person, I was very confident from a young age. So ulikuwa unapata tukiingia class, kama kuna zile meetings za class, I'm there, kama the leadings do, there was this thing called PPI in school. I used to lead in parade, in class and all that. So I remember when I was in class 5, my class teacher told me, so she was teaching English, then alikuwa anatufunza how to read passages and all that. So akafunza, then she was like, I need a volunteer to read the passage venye nimewafunza, mali ya kuweka koma unaweka, mali ya kusema full stop. There's a way you can read a passage na mtu ataweza jua hata kama ana kitabu, he knows hapo ni koma, hapo ni full stop. So akatufunza hivyo, then mimi nikainua tu mkono, I was like I can try it. So I read the passage and she was like, wow, you have done it so well and in future you can be a great journalist. At that time sikuwa najua, hiyo ilikuwa ile time ya mwalimu alikuja kukuuliza, Vincent, what do you want to become? Nasema neurosurgeon. Pia mimi akiniuliza nasema the same thing umesema, unaona? Because we didn't know like hizi ni nini. Hiyo tu. So unapata the whole class kila mtu anataka kuwa neurosurgeon, not because we want it but atujui hata hii ni nini, so we are just saying it. So when she told me that, I remember akanibaia ngumu za 10. We had a canteen in school. Then she was like,
walikuwa wanabaiwa ice cream your time.
So I remember she was like, she has done it so well na kubaia ngumu. So akatumana nikaletewa and she was like, utakula mbele ya class. So I think kuna tu ile feeling unapatanga, unajua ukuwa mtoto wewe unabaiwa kitu wengine wabaiwi, kuna ile kiburi ya it meets me.
It's a privilege.
Yeah, but it really sticked with me, and from that day nikaanza kuuliza, what do you want? I'm just like, I want to be a journalist. I didn't know much about it, but now because ile mwalimu aliniambia and she did something to me, she was like, you can do it, akanibaia ngumu. Then I was like, this is my thing, but I didn't know what is journalism. Alisema tu you can be a great journalist, then mimi nikaran with that. So ilikuwa nikiulizwa, what do you want to be? A journalist. So the more nikiendelea kusoma hivyo class 6 class 7, I started now understanding what is journalism. So I remember I used to listen to a radio nikiwa home. I don't know, I think I'm an ambivert or whatever, but nikiwa home I never used to interact with people. Mimi nafanya tu shughuli zangu, nikimaliza I go to my room, najifungia nasikiza radio. I didn't know that is journalism, but me I used to, then I'm just like, how watu hufanya aje kwa radio? How wana manage aje? Unasikia wanachukua masimu, sijui wana read messages and all that. So the more inaendelea kusikiza, the more the passion.
You started from a good point. There are maybe some of us who started from a point like mtu anakuaja anaingia kwa hii kitu anaongea, you know, starting to reason like vulgarly.
Yeah.
And then radio ni ndogo, and then mtu anaingia ndani
aje, unaona? So unashika radio kwa zile za mtu ana manage kuongea aje hapa ndani, unaona? So ile curiosity of wanting to know this thing, and the more I grow the passion. So at least when I went to high school, now hapo ndo nikakuja kujua the whole idea of journalism. So when I knew the whole idea of journalism, nika join clubs za journalism. I was still practicing in other things kama music and all that. Like I was that active student mwenye mi nilikuwa among the students enye kila mtu anajua from once wakiadmitiwa they know there's someone ako from twist anaitwa hivi na hivi, so that's how it
Kierere ama
grew.
kimbelembele?
I don't know, I think it's all.
Okay.
Unaona?
Kuna kierere na kimbelembele.
I think okay, I wouldn't say I don't know.
Okay.
Kuna tu vile kuna tu wale watu shine like,
You're just found like for
unajipata
good
tu-
purposes.
exactly,
Unapatikana
it was
tu
good.
like
unajipata tu unapita hivi unasikia from one anakusalimia like alinijulia wapi, but maybe because of the activities uko nazo and all that, and pia leadership position, so that's where the dream started. Now venye niliingia high school, now the passion began there. Then I was like, because tulikuwa tunafanya readings in the parade, tuna talk about things and all that. Now we had our leader wa nini wa the department ya journalism ama the club akaanza kutu guide and all that. Then I just felt like I come from a community where kuna a lot of things that are still happening. People are not still enlightened about a lot of things. So this will make me be a voice to the voiceless, whereby I come from a community. I've seen young girls not going to school, not pursuing their passions just because they were held back by traditional practices. Why can't I not use this as a platform and be the voice to the voiceless? So I think the whole idea of journalism for me, I'll start maybe by passion. And number two, I think I just want to be a voice to the voiceless, whereby I can enlighten my community about what is happening. And not only my community, but the whole world, because I have if I have the platform, then it is not only based maybe for the Maasai people, but I can also do to the whole world. There are a lot of things that are going on. A lot of people are not aware of, not because they don't want to, but it's just they lack the platform and the opportunity. So I'll stand in as a voice to the voiceless. Yes, and make an impact.
As young as you are, how has been the parents' impact? Walikuwa washa like on a light, they kept on persisting on you, but then impact yao imekuwa aje, telling them now like mmefika form 4, there is this thing called journalism, hii radio mnasikiza, like I also feel like nataka kuingia hapo ndani. How is that convincing? Like, yeah.
It was really a very difficult thing, because you know a lot of traditional parents wako na ile mentality ya it's either kwe mwalimu, kwe daktari,
vitu zina
like there's really specific careers they're like you will make in this,
kwe askari, kwe mwalimu, kwe lawyer.
So for them ukienda kuambia unataka kuwa mtangazaji, they'll be like ni nani atatolewa kwa hiyo radio wewe uingie? Unaona? So I remember the first time when my dad asked me, what do you want to pursue? I was very clear. I knew what I wanted, journalism. Then he was like, will you manage it? I'm like, yes, this is what I want to do. My heart wants this. Then he was like, why can't we just go for education? I'm like, hapo ni ngumu. Then he was like, okay, tutaona. So akaenda shughuli zake, and now nilikuwa nafanya computers and all that. I was working somewhere and all that. So as time goes by, for him, he was not really into it. Honestly, he was not really into it, because for him alikuwa tu ile mimi nataka ufanye teaching. Mimi namwambia mimi nataka kuwa mtangazaji. Then he's like, kuna radio fulani ya familia yenu utaenda kuingia after umefanya hiyo journalism. Because I don't know why they think kuna careers you can easily kuingia, because they're like utakuwa mwalimu, so and so amesomea mwalimu, unaona amepata kazi, unaona. So for him he was like, this is the only thing that inaweza ku reward journalism, achana nayo, because you don't have anybody, you know. Then I was like, this is what I wanted. Then after sometimes you're like, is this what you wanted? I'm like, yes, I'm not changing my mind, this is what I wanted. Then pia akaona it's like I'm insisting on it, he was like, go do whatever you want to do. So yes, but hiyo point ya kumconvince kidogo tulipitana kidogo because of that, but I stood firm with it because I knew what I wanted, and I'm like, this is what I'm gonna do.
Personally, Pia, I believe by the time you're making this decision, umeshajua some whereabouts about the industry. Umejua how flooded it is, umejua how tricky it is.
Yes.
What really kept backing you so that inakwambia like, where it is this way, but now go. Leave alone now the parents. Washaongea yao, umeshakuachia the authority, the decision in your hands. Ni nini ambayo inakusukuma like you feel, yani unasikia yenyewe radio imejaa, hakuna siku hii radio kuanzia saa 7 mpaka saa 10 inanga mtu, but you just want to go like now personally. Ni nini na ku drive, leave alone now being the spokesperson of the society, the whole world, of course. Ni nini ambayo ina ku drive? Mbele kuna giza, but there's something keeping you like just go.
I think I had the passion for it. Not even I think, it's the passion. Because in my heart, I knew if I'm not going to do this thing, I don't know what else I'll do. Because I don't know, there's just kuna tu ile feeling unakuanga na kitu unapenda to a point that you just feel like ni hii. I don't care how flood it is, I don't care how competitive it is, but I'm gonna try it. Ikiwork. Ikikosa kuwork, I remember I told myself, because my dad actually asked me that question, because for him it was like, unaona hizi TV stations zimejaa, unaonanga Masai hapo? I'm like, hakuna. Na kama wako ni 1 or 2 radio stations, it is full of people, so unaenda kufanya nini? Then I was just like, me, I'm gonna do it. Ikiwork, ikikosa kuwork, I tried it because I had that passion in me. This is what I'm gonna do. So I think the only thing is kidogo pia ni fambo kidogo, because I was like, by that time nienda kufanya nini? By the way, nitatoa happy connection, how will I get through, how will I maneuver through this industry? Then my heart kept telling me, this is what we wanna gonna do. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. Ikiwork, ikikosa, I tried. So yeah.
While sitting down as young as you are, and as you continue pursuing your final touches about your cause, how do you feel somebody like Emmanuel To, Stephen Leto, and amongst the pioneers from the mass society who are in the media industry, how does that impact you? How does it speak to your heart?
First of all, I'm so proud because these are people who have broken barriers. Ndo muwaone hapo, they have really fought a lot of cultural practices, especially for them. Maybe I'll say they are a little bit older, so definitely maybe walipata these things there. So number 1, I'll be like, I'm so proud of them. And number 2, it's a very motivating factor that it's high time also, us from the Maasai community, we can also make it in this industry. Because for the longest time, as I told you earlier, kidogo kuna tu ile kimadharau inakuanga, if somebody anasema, we ni Masai, because hawajatuzoea in these platforms, or maybe as doing all they know about Masai ni ng'ombe, unaona. So kidogo we are still fighting a lot of factors, a lot of things and stereotypes, because mtu ako zile za can Masai do it, wengine utasikia Masai wajuangi Kiswahili na Kizungu, Kiswahili yao ni Kimasai imechanganyikana, unaona. So seeing such people like na Steve Leto doing big in the media industry, it's a very motivating factor. And I believe even maybe the young kids and the young youths who still want to pursue journalism, I think it's also motivating them that they can also do it. Despite where you come from, it is possible. You just need to put in the work, be brave enough, and go for it. Let
us now move from a point of you just wanting to be, you've now settled on it. You've said like, you are going to die with this, whatever may, wacha ikuje. So I believe by now you've tested some roads, let me say, with the same industry. You have met some of these big names in the industry, you've interacted with them. How do you gauge the little experience yenye umekuwa nayo with the encounter, ya hawa watu wenye wako already in the industry, with your energy, dedication to try and seek an opportunity, as young as you are, and of course as you continue doing your course underway? Experience imekuwaje? Is it promising or is it just hard?
I would say it's not easy, but one thing I believe in is it is possible. The road has not been really smooth, because for you to get in the industry or in those places, it's really required a lot of work from you, from your end, because the industry is already overloaded. That is number 1. Everybody's talented. Nona. So sitakuja hapo niseme unajua mimi ndo najua kusoma news. No. Ukiingia hapo kusoma news, the next person anakuja anasoma news, will be like, what was I doing there? No.
Paralyzed.
Yes, so it's a very competitive. So far I've seen it's a very competitive industry. Not like before, because I think when I was maybe nilikuwa hapo high school kidogo, media ilikuwa tu imetulia. But right now, especially even with the rise of the new media, that is the digital media, there's a lot of competition, because unaangalia kila mtu ni pro. Nona. So the experience kidogo unafikanga mali unasema naweza tu drop hiki tu niachane nayo, unaona. But at the same time you just be like, never forget the reason why you started. So I think nimefika place and I was like, mimi kitu naachana nayo, because unaingia pale kwa industry, mtu anafanya kazi yake pale, you'll be like, wow, mimi sasa nikiingia nafanya nini, unaona. Anakuwa outshine and all that. But I think the only thing that is still making me pursue this thing is never forget the reason why you started. So for me, I think the biggest thing that is pushing me right now in this industry is why did I have to start it? So it is not easy, but one thing I'm sure of, it is possible. Because pia wao wenye wako hapo, they just never found themselves there. It was a process. So I'm also ready to go through the process, and I believe things will work out.
Never forget the reason to why you started. I think is an inspiring line. Inakuanga ile bottom line kibwagizo sio. Never forget the reason to why you started a certain journey. It's not only about journalism, but it is all about any other cause, any other trial you're making in life. Abi Gael Naserem anasema never forget the reason to why you started. I think you can write down, kama hujapata kitu leo, you can write that down, and of course itakuwa inakuinspire kabisa. Now to another point, I think as we just do the wind up of this, nikiwa mdogo, personally, acha niseme ukweli bila kudanganya, there were people who had already made name. Yes, kuna watu kama kina wenye walisha retire, kina watu kama kina Leonard Mambo Mbotela. We could listen to them. Mimi personally kuna huyo Mambo Mbotela. Kuna jamaa fulani KBC alikuwa ananiinspire na Kiswahili yake sana, alikuwa anaitwa Jacob Mugoa, aliendanga majuu nadhani. There is a good number of legends in the game that tukigrow up, nataka kuwa nani? Nataka kuwa kama Ali Salimanga, nataka kuwa kama anaitwa Jaco Yo Sylvester, nataka kutangaza ball and all those stuffs. To your side, sijui ni wale those people you growing up unaangalia unasema like, I want to be like these people. I want to be like this woman, like this person. Anasoma news vizuri, anafanya hizi show vizuri. I don't know your side, the inspiration. Wale watu unaangalia, even then you get inspired.
On my side, venye tumesema, people like na Leonard Mambo Mbotela, they were there, they are veterans, and they did an exemplary work. So one, nilikuwa naangalianga how he used to do his things, and I'm like, I need that confidence, I need that bravery. For now, naangalia mtu kama kina Lubadiri, how they do their interviews, the bravery they have, knowing the position they stand as journalists in the society. So I would say in all aspects, because kuna wale unapata, they are doing the interviews very well, others are hosting the shows very well, sure. Others are doing the news presentation very well. So for me, nikiangalia in a whole thing of the industry, I feel like kila mtu kuna kitu special. I get to learn special from them, unaona, because the way I see Victoria akifanya her interviews, I'm like, I want to have such skills. On this other side, kiangalia mtu kama Mashrima Kapombe, the way she does the news, you'll be like, I get something from there. So for me, I feel like the whole industry, I think kuna tu kila mtu pale, there's a way they do their special thing that just ignites something in me. So I wouldn't rely it on one person, but I'll just be like, the whole crew, media industry, the veterans wenye tuko nao saizi, they're really doing a good job. So unaangalia mtu and you're like, I want to have this from this person and all that, so that you can make a collaborative skills in this industry. So basically I'll just be like
a cocktail of
yes. So yeah. Yes.
Okay, I think I've not seen a lot of messages in there, but as you finalize this, now you are in the space, you are trying to navigate yourself. We are trying to navigate ourselves. How do you feel about the digital space? Is it giving an upper hand to the me generation, the Generation Z? Because the congested industry. Mtu amekuwa kwa radio labda for the last 50 years. You are only 22.
I know.
So how do you feel about the existence and the growth of the digital space as you continue, just like as you continue going like to where we ever dreamt?
I think that is the only advantage we have right now as the young generation, because just venye umesema unapata mtu ulikuwa class 2 ulikuwa unamsikiza, until today they are still there. So who do you think you are unaenda kumtoa hapo, unaona? So until they decide themselves kutoka. So I feel like the traditional media, to navigate around it for our generation is not easy. It's not easy, but for me I feel like the digital space is a very big advantage to us, because hapo hauhitaji mtu yote to tell you what to do. It's just for you to sit down, structure what you want to do and start. So for me, I feel like the digital space for the young journalists or the young media practitioners, it's a very big advantage, because at least you can tend to create your own content there. You create your own fan base there. You create your own audience there, so that at least by the time ukienda pale the traditional media, that is the radios and TV, and you tell them this is what I do, kidogo wanaweza kuamini na watakubali kazi yako. But tukisema tu tukae chini, me I just want to work on radio, you know, personally for me I didn't know anything else. Mimi nilikuwa tu zile zanaenda shule kusomea journalism, nijipate kwa radio, nijipate kwa TV. But where I sit right now, I have tried to be on radio and TV, but it's not an easy journey, because you'll be there. Number Vincent P is hapa, and he's a very good show host. So what do you have? No.
Extra.
Yeah, exactly. So the digital space is a very big advantage to us. So the only thing I'll tell the young journalists or the young media practitioners, when you're shule, when you're wamemaliza, trying to navigate around this career, let's utilize the digital space. Because saizi kujipata on radio or TV, it is not easy unless you have a backup, and the backup is the digital space. Do your work there. Are you good in editing? Fanya your kazi, record, put it somewhere, so that tomorrow ukienda pale kupeleka CV zako za 2 years diploma or degree, you have something to back you up. You'll be like, this is what I've been doing since first year. Kama you are a good show host, start doing those shows. And the good thing with the digital space, hakuna mtu anakuja kukuambia Vinith, this is what you want to do. No, just sit down with yourself, look for niches that you feel like comfortable. This is what you can work around. If it is it is politics, go for that. If it's business, climate, education and all that, kachini, just come with a good structure. What do you want to do? Start doing it. Just start it. Now, I know the big challenge we have is nitaanza aje, sina camera, sina nini, but at least we have smartphones. Start from there. Create your own accounts. Kila mahali, post your work, post it the way it is. Hata usingangane kuedit and all that, just post it the way it is, and you keep growing time ikienda by, so that by the time if you still wanna come and maybe we get the traditional media, that is the radio and TV, you have something to back you up. Because trust me, say kuingia radio and TV as just somebody fresh from campus, it's hard. Honestly, it is hard. Yes. Because wale kuna experienced people for that years. Sasa mimi nimetoka tu fresh campus last month, alafu naenda kuambia mnipe kazi because mimi najua ku host show. Kuongo hiyo.
Okay, I don't know. It's something bad. But inaweza kuwa like most of the time, let's tell it like as it is. We are not trusted with the microphone for the very first time. Because wanaona veteran 50 years eyes make
exactly.
Lakini wewe kimbelembele,
alafu you know the anxiety of mnapiga simu, niko kwa TV, you see. So I feel like maybe pia that is the big issue, because hata unaona kienda interns and attachment, they will never utakaribia pale. They just be like, wewe usaidia watu wa kamera kubeba kamera mwende field, unacheki. So they just give you the little thing. There is something that is there, what to experience for the people who have gone for attachment and internships. Unapata kidogo, I feel like they don't trust us. They be like, they can't deliver. But I also feel like maybe wanatu, and how would I say, maybe, I don't know, sitasema wanatudharau, but I'll be like
looking down.
Kidogo unajua saa zingine unasemanga mujaribu tu, just try them. But for maybe sisi kujaribiwa, let's start from creating our own platforms, unaona, because at least nikienda pale at least na 5k followers wangu, niwaambie this is what I've been doing consistently, maybe they can trust me, waniambie sifanye share.
What are you bringing us?
Exactly.
On the table, I mean.
Exactly. Because now ukienda tu na papers kavu hapo, eti umefanya media law, media ethics, they just be like, it's okay, you have the accreditations, you have the papers, but ni nini unatuletea? What's new do you have? What fresh ideas do you have to make this industry grow? Because when you tulisema, it's very overloaded. Sisi tukiingia social media platforms, it's not only journalists that are operating there. We have bloggers, we have just people, mtu tu anakaa chini yeye anaamua content yake, maybe alifanya human resource, but now we're going to content creation. So unaona, so I feel like we need fresh ideas so that tukifika pale, they can trust you with something. They'll be like, what new are you bringing to the table? Because we have everything. Nona. So ukienda kwa meza chakula imejaa, unaulizwa ni nini extra yenye itasaidia kwa hii table. So I feel like we have a lot of a job to do as the young media practitioners, because these are not the days when you tutakaa tu chini niseme mimi nikimaliza diploma yangu, degree yangu, nitaenda pale Citizen, kuna radio ya kwetu na kuanga hapo watanipatia kazi. No. We are not in the 2025 kuendelea. It is not working like that. You have to bring something with you. So let me maximize on the social media platforms, create your content, do your work there, be consistent. Venye tu nilisema, never forget the reason why you started. It's not easy, but they always say life is hard, you're just gonna have to choose your hard. Because sasa pia usipofanya, it's not working for you. Pia trying out, maybe things would gonna work for you. So I just say let's keep pushing. It's not easy, but the right mindset, bidii, consistency, na Mungu mbele, you can manage it.
Consistency, bidii, na Mungu mbele. But bottom line, don't forget the reason why you started has really hit me hard out this evening. There's a suggestion here from Ran Madola. Anasema great talk show alongside one of the professional journalists, queen of the media. I think is a shout out from Madola Ryan Mwaura.
Thank you,
kijana
Ryan.
mdogo mrefu ambaye ni mwenzetu hapa. Mtazamaji, I don't know what we have left out, but as I told you, is going to be a very short and to the point discussion this evening. Is a very short and inspiring story that we all need to get outside the comfort zone, break the barriers, go beyond the limits, and make sure that we are attaining whatever we ever dreamt about, because sio rahisi vile ambavyo Biblia anasema, lakini tukijaribu nasi tutafanya nini? Tutaweza. Nasi tutafanya nini? Tutafika mahali ambapo hatukuwahi fikiria kwamba tutafika. Of course, it's a good discussion this evening, and her being on set, it is just an expectation of you and I to have a family, because going forward, let's see what God has for us. I don't know your parting shot as we just end this, as you look into this camera direct.
Thank you very much, Mofo TV, for having me. It's been a pleasure. And what I'll just say to my fellow media practitioners, the young men and women in the media industry, as I said earlier, create your own platform, because this is not the time where you'll just walk with your papers to radio and TV and be like, munipatia kazi because nimefanya journalism. You have to have something extra with you. So whatever, any kind of niche you want to do, just make sure you are there to the journalistic standards, because I think another big issue we are having right now in the media industry is maybe a lot of misinformation and a lot of mistrust, because unatoka tu kwenye umetoka na information zako una post pale, you don't even verify. So the only thing that will make us look unique in this industry, let's adhere to the journalistic standards and professionalism. So in whatever you do, don't just do it like anybody, do it as a journalist. Just because uko kwa radio ama TV does not mean now you just have to do things anyhowly or like the common person ama mwananchi. So adhere to professionalism, journalistic standards, and above all, don't forget why you have started, and Mungu mbele, consistency, bidii, and also a lot of brevity. You have to be so brave. And lastly, be shameless. Unajua watu wengi kwa zile za mimi naogopa kwanza hii content yangu, I have 1 follower, 1 subscriber. Sasa vinia kiniona
piga picha na 100, kuna mtu ana like.
Na kuna mtu ana like, unaona, unakuja kuambia watu subscribe, mtu anaangalia kwa zile za hii ndio content tunafanya, unaona. So I think it requires a lot of shamelessness. Your shame uko nayo, they always say you can never shame the shameless. So you have to put that shame aside. Be shameless, be bold, be brave, and go after what you want. Because I believe this life kila mtu akona part yake, and I keep saying the cake is big enough for us. Usiseme siku hizi kuna watu wengi wanafanya content, so nikifanya yangu itaonekana. Go for it, ingia your industry, fanya whatever you want to do, because the cake is big enough for us. Just be unique. Nisifanye content kama vini, because sasa tukianza kuleta vitu zinafanana, definitely itachanganya audience. They'll be like, sasa tuna support nani? So I think another thing, you need to be unique. Niche yako, how you do your shows, how you do your thing, be unique, stand out. Because if you stand out, definitely you'll start winning from there. So be unique, be bold, be shameless, be brave, and go after what you want, because you can get it. If you want it, you'll get it. Yes.
Abigail Nasarem with a great story this evening, a great inspiration. If you've not gotten anything for today on 8th of October 2025, just go down to your notebook and write there, or jot down, they say in a correct English, remember the reason why you started. Is a great inspiration this evening. And of course, like having this discussion, we don't know whatever is awaits us for tomorrow. And then of course, kulingana na jinsi ambavyo wewe mwenyewe anasema, I didn't want to say this, but allow me to say this. There is a difference in between a journalist and of course a content creator, is what she has been creating, stressing on, to have that authenticism. Thank you very much for watching the show this evening. I believe we will be linking up with her in the next episodes as God helps us here at Mofo TV, and as we continue holding together as a family of Mofo TV. Kutoka kwangu Vincent Okinda, nyuma kamera Silas Aboge bana, tupatane wakati ule wa mida ya saa 3 usiku kwenye makala speciali ya siasa za Afrika Mashariki. Thank you, God bless you, thank you for coming.
Thank you also.